Hi guys, I have some new products to share with you from the Gina K Designs line, and we're going to be doing my favorite thing, which is foiling. First of all, I have to show you, I have been waiting for these to come back in stock. They are in stock. I don't know how long they're going to stay in stock. These are the new blending brushes, the detail blending brushes. They come in a set of 4. I bought 2 packs because they are unique because they're very short bristled. And I got them specifically for the new Gina K. You know, she's got these new stencils and they go with the polyglaze for foiling. And I've already shown them, but look how short bristled they are. Okay, so they come in a 4-pack. Go check them out. And you'll want to get, while you're shopping, the blending brush holder. Now, I bought one of these at the dollar store. Not the same thing, you guys. Throw the garbage one from the dollar store away. You get what you pay for. And I want to show you what the difference is. Let me move this out of the way real quick. We're going to get into the foiling in a second. But I want to tell you what the difference is. The one at the dollar store that I loaded up kept tipping over, okay? And I really threw it out because it kept tipping over. Look at all of my beautiful Gina K brushes, you guys. So I have the regular blending brushes, okay? Then I have the little mini blending brushes, and then I stuffed these little guys in here. Plenty of room, you guys, for the new ones. I kind of stuffed them in between. So this way, I have all my little Gina K blending brushes in here. The new little ones too. I'm just kind of making room and shoving everything in here. But I have all my little Gina K. I'm going to buy another one of these because clearly I don't have enough room for all my blending brushes. But you can see it's not tipping over. And that was the problem I had with the little dollar store one, was it kept falling over. But get yourself the Gina K blending brush holder and the little new Gina K blending brushes, detail blending brushes, come in a 4-pack. So do these guys. These guys you can get in a little 4-pack. You can get these in a little, I think these come in a 2 or 4-pack. I'll link everything down below for you. But now I have all my little Gina K tools all together, all in one spot. Makes me happy, so I can see all of my colors. So everything's all in one spot. I obviously need 2 of these now. Everything is white, so it coordinates no matter what color your room is. It's all nice and neat. So that makes me happy. I can see everything. Now, let's get on with the foiling. So there are some new polyglaze sheets. What is polyglaze? So polyglaze is unique because it's not printed in black. A lot of times when you see foiling, it is printed in black toner. So what Gina K did was she outsourced a company that did not print in black. It actually prints in a light gray. So this way, if you are not using her wonderful fuse foiling system, see, it's printed in a gray, and you miss some spots in foiling, you're not really going to see that gray, okay? So you're going to get 10 sheets of this beautiful flourish. This is called vintage flourish, and these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you're going to get 10 sheets of this one. This one is called Delicate Spring. There's some nice, beautiful floral images there. This one is called Flutterby Friends, 10 sheets of each. And then we have some sentiments. Now, I've already shown the one that goes with the card kit. So if you were lucky enough to get the card kit, this is what I was talking about. Look at how that matches, and then we use those delicate brushes to get in there. The card kit has sold out. I told you guys to get it. And then if you didn't get the polyglaze sheets that matches the card kit, I think the polyglaze sheets are still available. So if you got the card kit, this matches the stencil that comes in the card kit. I think you can still get the polyglaze sheets. I don't think they sold out, but the card kit did sell out. Now this stencil, this background stencil, is called the Twirl It Gingham. That is still available. It's just a 1/4 turn and you get this really cool background that is still available as well if you're interested in that. But I Empress of Foiling. Have a whole video on this. You can go check that out. It's in my Gina K playlist. You'll want to definitely check that out. But what we're going to talk about today is for all of my new foiling friends, those of you guys who have joined the Foiling Snobs Club, or those of you guys who are new to foiling, maybe you just got a Gina K fuse machine and you want to know, hey, what is polyglaze? What is foiling? How do I use my fuse machine? Well, you've come to the right place. I am here to show you. So we're going to make 3 panels today, and I'm going to talk to you about foiling and polyglaze. So first of all, we need to talk about the types of foil that are out there. This is toner foiling. This is completely different from hot foiling. Hot foiling would be the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine, the Go Press and Foil machine, the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill machine, or the, you know, the foil pen machine, or the Gemini foil Go Press and Foil machine. This is toner foiling. So you want to use either your Mink machine or the fuse foiling machine. Now, congratulations to you guys that are in Europe, Canada, Australia. You can now order a fuse machine. It will be the right voltage. It will have the right plugs on it. If you are in any of those other countries that are in Europe or Australia, Canada, and you want one of these bad boys, here it is. You can now order it directly from Gina K. I will have the links down below. You can order it for much cheaper than some of these other companies that are trying to sell a Mink machine, okay? So I have 3 of these panels pulled out. Okay, we also have some new sentiments, and let me show you the sentiments. These come on a larger 8.5 by 11 sheet. There are 6 sentiments. Happy birthday, we will be friends forever, you know too much. Smile, sparkle, and shine. Life is better with friends, best friends forever, and thank you for everything. So you're going to get 3 sheets, 6 sentiments, so you're going to get 18 sentiments, right? 8.5 by 11. Now, I've already taken one of these sheets and cut some of these sentiments out, and then I have some beautiful dies, and we're going to cut these dies out. Now, you see I have my fuse machine on 3. Generally, you want to be on 3, sometimes 4 when using these polyglaze, all right? And I have some Gina K dies here. I'm going to tell you where I got these dies, and we're going to cut these sentiments out using our Gina K Intri-cut machine. So let me grab some pixie tape here. So the first one that I have came out of the Gina K shaker dies, and that's this square guy. Then I have the oval one is out of Master Layouts number 1. And then Princess Circle, okay? So let me remember who's going to cut what out here. I believe Smile, Sparkle, and Shine is the oval. Best Friends Forever is the Princess Circle. And Life is Better with Friends is the tag. So I believe that's how I had everybody set up. And I'm just going to put some tape. I'm going to try to tape it so the tape does not touch the polyglaze. I'm going to die cut these before I foil them. You can foil first and then die cut. It really does not matter. But I want to make sure that my tape does not touch where I'm going to cut. So now I'm going to bring my Intri-cut machine, and since I am on a glass tabletop, what we do is we open our flaps and then press in, and that sticks us to our glass tabletop. We only have 2 plates. We have our cutting plate and then kind of our weighted plate. So we're going to put our cut plate down. I think I can probably cut everything. Well, we'll cut these 2. Put our weighted plate down. And then just crank, 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 crank. one's done. This one is also done. One's very detailed, and you can see that cut that out like butter. Look at all the details just popped right out of there. Okay, so those are all cut now. So we can take our Intri-cut out of the way, unfold, release, and my die cut settings were on die cut for the top dial and in the middle at 0 for me. Okay, now let's get to foiling. Now for foiling, I kind of have a short plug from where my machine is, so I'm going to feed sideways. You always want to have extra carrier sheets. Now carrier sheets, only one comes with the machine. What the carrier sheet does is it protects your machine and your polyglaze from getting eaten in the machine. It keeps everything together and it keeps it nice and smooth. Okay, so this is what your carrier sheet looks like. It's just a folded piece of plastic. You can also use a parchment paper or folded copy paper, but you only get one of these with the machine, so I do recommend buying extras. Okay, then we're going to choose our colors of foil. You can use Deco foil, you can use Gina K's fancy foils. Okay, Gina K sells hers in sheets, so many to choose from. Deco foil sells theirs in rolls. You decide whichever ones you want to use. I'm just going to grab a couple different colors here. So here's Passionate Pink and Twinkling Pink. I have some extra pieces here that are left over too that we can use. You might have some other companies. Make sure it is toner foil, not hot foil. When you got your machine, you got a couple of sheets of the lilac. I'm trying to find. Did I pull it out? I think it was lilac and wild amethyst or something like that. 14 karat and sterling as well. Use whatever you have. But I'm going to give you the basics of how easy it is to do. You also want to have a dusty brush. And you'll notice I have a little sticker that says dusty. Dust is the enemy of foiling. So we want to very gently dust our panels. So we're going to do one at a time here so you guys can get the gist of this. So this one says smile, sparkle, and shine. So I'm going to cut a piece of foil. And the foil has a dull side and a shiny side. Okay. We always want to use the shiny side. So you can see this side is super shiny. I know it's probably hard to tell, but this side is the dull side. And we are going to dust the back side or the dull side, and we are going to dust our image. And we're going to have the dull side touch our image. We are going to put that in our carrier sheet. And we are going to put the folded side in the center of our machine. Again, my machine is on setting 3. And we're going to let that run through. Now, we want a sparkle shiny background here. So I guess we will use the flourishes. And let's pick I'm going to go with this twinkling pink background. And you can see I cut my smaller pieces and just keep them in the back of my packaging. Now when that comes out the back, I am going to resist peeling that. I'm going to let that foil cool down and adhere. Do not open that. Okay. Now I'm going to grab another piece. Now you can see the back side on this is silver. The right side is pink. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to measure my foil up against this. Okay. Just leaving a slight edge. Now these polyglaze sheets have a slight border. So if you cut it a little short, don't worry. Don't panic because these have a slight white border. Okay, the important thing is to make sure that that polyglaze is completely covered. Again, I'm going to dusty my image with a Swiffer or a light brush. You don't want to use this brush for anything else. Do not use this for glitter. Do not use it for embossing powder. Dusty. Do not use your anti-static embossing buddy. Do not use that. And you're going to see there's a slight border of foil all the way around, but what's important is this is completely covered, okay? Now I'm going to remove my image from my carrier sheet, put my image in there. It does not matter if your image is vertical, horizontal, it does not matter. It does not matter if you put this in face up or face down. What does matter is that the folded side goes in the machine first. It is completely centered. And you hold it and guide it through until your machine takes it. And you'll notice I'm holding the bottom and guiding it through until it comes out the back of my machine. You do not want to let this go until you see that it is coming out the back of your machine. Your machine may want to chomp and eat this and cause it to wrinkle. If that happens, there is a release button here. This release button will open your rollers. There are 2 heated rollers in this machine. You will open this roller and then you can pull either out the back or out the front from it wrinkling. If it does eat your carrier folder, that's why you want extra carrier folders, throw the carrier folder away. Do not try to reheat and revive and save your carrier folder. It's not worth it. That's why you want to have extras. Again, let this cool down and let the foil adhere to it, okay? So we're going to have this silver sentiment go on this silver background, okay? Now for these butterflies, I'm going to be boring and traditional and go with orange butterflies. So we're going to use dazzling orange. I know I'm not very creative, but that's okay. I like orange butterflies. So we're going to do the same kind of process here. Notice how I'm letting that one alone and letting it cool down so the foil can adhere. Again, I'm just going to measure how much I need. Sometimes the foil static electricity causes multiple sheets to stick, which I believe, yep, is the case here. So just be careful of that. Now you'll notice there are lines on there. That's not going to matter. That's not going to affect the foiling or anything. Just ignore that. I'm going to cut a little bit of a line here. Okay, you don't need a lot of excess, just a little bit. And again, I'm going to dusty my image and dusty the back of my foil. Again, you can use a Swiffer or just a soft brush. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to grab my carrier sheet. Notice again, as tempted as you are to look at that foil and reveal it, just wait until the end. Now, if you're concerned about your temperature and you need to see, hey, do I have the right temperature or not? You at this point can reveal. So let's take a look and see if we have the right temperature. And you can see we have perfectly smooth adhesion. There are no lumps, there are no bumps, and there are no missing foil pieces. If you have missing foil, you would see gray coming through. Your foil would not be adhered properly. You would have 2 issues. Number 1, either it's too hot or too cool. Or number 2, you didn't dust. But you can see we have perfect adhesion there, okay? So let's look at our background. do not throw this foil away. I'm going to show you how to use this foil on another polyglaze sheet. Look at that. Do you see how perfectly adhered that is? Okay, so now we have this beautiful background and a wonderful sentiment. Now, with Gina K, you do get with her dies kind of a shadow die that I could easily frame this. But you can see how nice and easy that is to make a beautiful foiled card. Now, I am going to show you how to use this extra foil. We're going to do that in just a moment. Okay, but let's run this butterfly one through. So again, I'm going to hold that in the center. And I think for that one, we'll use this one that says life is better with friends. And I think since we have the silver foil out, we'll continue using that. So here's a perfect piece. Again, we're going to use the dull side. Dusty, dusty. Dusty, dusty, our image. Now, foil is very delicate, so you want to keep your foil stored in the original storage pockets. This is warm. I do not want to reveal that. And then I want to find my purple foil. I don't know where that went. Maybe I'll use the green foil for the ones, this one that's kind of florally, and we can color over this with color pencil, so maybe I'll use the green foil. You can color over this with markers or color pencil, whatever you have. Be careful with Copic markers because sometimes alcohol-based markers can cause your foil to lift. So alcohol markers are the only markers I do not recommend coloring over foil with. Again, I'm going to open this and remove it, but I'm not going to reveal it yet. So I have this green foil, which is glittering green. Just lining this up until I can cut it. Now, if you want to learn more about foiling, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. And I have a Facebook group called Foiling Snobs Club where we do a lot of foiling. So again, just going to dusty, dusty this. Dusty, dusty the back of the foil. Remember, the silver or the dull part of the foil touches the image because when we reveal this, we want the green part to show. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a bonus hack today with the white polyglaze sheets. If you are not familiar with those, I'm going to show you how to use those. Aha, here is my wild lilac and amazing amethyst foil. Same thing, I'm going to dusty, dusty my image, dusty, dusty the back of the foil. Now, these are the Gina K white polyglaze sheets. So these are going to show white underneath. Now, ThermoWeb sells black toner card fronts or black toner sheets. These are essentially the same thing. So you can get white ones or black ones, okay? But Gina K has the white polyglaze ones. Now, this is what you're going to use when you have leftover foil. In fact, I have some here that are already cut up. So when you have these leftover foil sheets, in fact, we're going to reveal these now. These are cool. So we have these beautiful butterfly panels now. Here is the sentiment for this one. Life is better with friends. Look at the fine line and detail in that. Perfectly foiled. That is another advantage of polyglaze, is you get these super fine line details and all the sparkle in that foil comes through. Okay, so now I have 3 card panels and 3 sentiments that have been foiled. Okay, so what do we do with this leftover foil? So this is where these polyglaze sheets come in, and they are completely white. So I'm just going to grab this flourish one. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab these polyglaze sheets. Now, first thing I want to do is I want to move my machine's heat to 4. And it's going to go from red to green. And you might want to make a note when you get these polyglaze sheets. You might want to make a note on here, move your heat to 4. And you want to mark the back of these with an X. See how I have an X on the back of here? You want to mark the back, the paper side, with an X. Okay, because what will happen is if you don't know which side is the polyglaze, and the polyglaze has a slight sheen to it. Can you see that? Slight sheen. Do you see that? My light reflects off of that. The back side is paper. But this side has a slight sheen to it. If you don't know that and you foil the wrong side, let me show you what happens to your carrier sheet. This is what happens to your carrier sheet if you foil the wrong side, okay? So I always keep that as an example. So move your heat setting to 4 and mark the back side with an X, okay? I'm now going to cut this to 5 1/4 by 4. So I know the back side is the wrong side, the side with the X. Okay, so I want to put my foil, again, we always dusty, the side that does not have the X and the back side of the foil, and I'm going to line this up. And I want to make sure it is entirely covered with foil. So now it's going to transfer that beautiful design. And I want this higher heat so that the whole thing melts. And that's what we're going to do with these other 2 pieces of foil as well. And again, you can use black or white for this. These are too small. I'll cut that later. And you can do the same thing with the sentiments as well. Foil them. But just make sure this entire thing is covered. You do not want any of this exposed. If any of this is exposed, it will ruin your carrier sheet. So you need to cut this down and make sure the whole thing is covered with foil. Okay, now let this cool completely. You see I have an extra piece here. These I save for sentiments and such. Now, once this is cooled completely, you must rip this off quickly. This is not a slow rip. This is a quick rip. Okay? A very quick reveal. So we're going to grab a corner here. Look at how all of that foil came clean. This is now waste. This carrier sheet is done. All of that foil has been used. So here is the original. Where is the original? Where did we do with the, oh, right here. Here is the original polyglaze sheet. Here is the white polyglaze sheet that we use the leftover foil with. And now it's done being used. Okay, so when you pick up these polyglaze sheets, you also want to pick up extra carrier sheets, and you want to pick up some packs of these white polyglaze sheets. Now you get 5 sheets in here, so if you figure if you're a card maker and you cut them in half, you can get about 10 card panels in here. Okay, so I would probably pick up 2 packs of these. All right, so you get, because you get 10 sheets of polyglaze in a pack, right? So you get 10 in a pack. So depending on how many of these you pick up, and these are just the 3 new ones. Delicate Spring are the floral images. And again, you can color these in with color pencils. And I would foil first, color second. Because depending on what your color medium is, the foil might stick. And I don't recommend alcohol markers. You can use water-based markers. You can use color pencils. But I would foil first, color second. But look at all of that beautiful detail. And you get 10 of these in a pack. You've got flowers. You've got butterflies. You've got little dragonflies in here. But look how easy this is going to be now. I'm going to color that and put that on there. And I've got a card front. Pop that up with some foam tape. So that one is called Delicate Spring. Okay, so that's that one. And the name of the foil for that one is called Glittering Green. And you get 12 sheets. So if you don't want rolls of foil, some people don't like rolls of foil. They want sheets of foil. This is Thermal Web Deco foil. It's cut into sheets. It's toner foil. That one's Glittering Green. Okay. This one is the Flutterby Friends. Flutterby Friends. Again, 10 sheets. There you can see it in all of its foiled glory. All of these are in stock. I checked the Gina K websites before I brought them up. This is toner foiling. You're going to use a fuse machine, a mink machine, or a laminator. If you're going to use a laminator, you got to let it heat up for 30 minutes. Not all laminators are equal. Your laminator, you do not use a carrier sheet and a laminator. You just use a folded piece of copy paper. And then for the orange foil, I used Dazzling Orange. Again, 12 sheets. Look at that beautiful glitter in there. It's got orange stars in there. Okay. And then again, when I am done, I take my scrap pieces and I tuck them in there. You want to keep these safe from embossing powder, glitter, pet hair, things like that. I just tuck them in there like that. Save them for sentiments and stuff like that. So that one is that guy. And then I'll make them in the cards. I'll probably go back with my dies and cut, like I'll cut orange cardstock when I make the cards. And I'll pop them up on foam tape. I have my Gina K foam squares ready to go. I don't want this video to be too super long, so that's why I'm kind of speeding up here. All right, and then the last one I showed you guys is this is the pretty one. Vintage Flourish. Think about it. It's wedding season, anniversary. This is so beautiful, so classy. Vintage Flourish foiling sheets. I got 2 panels out of 1 card. This was the original. And that one was Twinkling Pink. Twinkling Pink. And again, I have a little bit of extra here. Slide that in there. Twinkling Pink fancy foils. And polyglaze. You want white polyglaze sheets. You get 5. They're full half sheets. And remember, put this on setting 4. And you want to mark an X on the back. So when you get this, you want to make a note to yourself and put setting 4. Peel fast. And then mark an X on the back. This is what you want to do as soon as you get it. Nancy says mark an X on the back. Put it on setting 4 and peel fast once cool. Okay, that's what you need to do. Okay, and then I will link down for you guys below. The dies that I used were Princess Circle for this one. Look how cool that came out. Princess Circle for that one. And then Master Layouts 1. And shaker tags. And then don't forget the sentiments. Also brand new, polyglaze sentiments. These are called Smile, Sparkle, and Shine. Wonderful sentiments. We can never have enough sentiments. And they make it easy because now I foiled my sentiments. I die cut my sentiments out. I'm going to pop them up. I lost one. But that's what I'm going to do is just pop these up. Look how cool that's going to look. I'm going to put that on a card front. Done. So easy to do. These are all available if you are new to foiling, even if you're not new. How easy is it to learn to use your fuse machine? This is very simple, you guys. You do not have to make foiling complicated. It's very easy to do. And again, if you want to learn more about foiling, follow me. Click that subscribe button. I'd be honored to have you. And you can join my foiling group. It is called the Foiling Snobs Club. I will teach you more about foiling. It doesn't cost you anything to follow me and learn. I have plenty to do on the Foiling Snobs Club. We teach all about foiling. We help you learn about foiling, and you can follow my playlists all about toner foiling. We'll help you out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you had fun watching me, click the thumbs up button. If you want to do some shopping, the links will be down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.